It's late, it's loose, and it's officially after hours. Welcome to the Mashup After Hours podcast, where anything can happen.
Welcome to the Mashup After Hours podcast. It's amazing to be back. It's been so long since episode 1, and I bet you're all craving for that episode 2. But don't worry, don't panic. We're here now. But it's slightly different, and it's going to get mega confusing because we've got two Claires. I'm literally in a Claire sandwich. A John between two Claires, I think, might be the episode title. But the argument is one spelled very different to the other. All we've done is in our normal Clare Pal, Claire has not got an I in it. But the other Claire, the new Claire, has got an I in it. I'll let you decide which way is the correct way to spell it. How are we both doing?
You go first.
God. No, I'm excited. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm buzzing. I can't wait for this. I'm a bit nervous what John's got in store. I won't lie.
Yeah, I'd be really nervous as well. Yeah, I'm a bit spontaneous at times.
But at least you're in the comfort of your own home and John's at his, so it's not going to be anything like an eating challenge or anything like that.
God.
Not yet. I'll be gentle.
If I get any packages from you, John, I will not be opening them.
Especially if it starts to move.
Straight in the bin.
Straight in the bin.
I have tried things before on air. I did buy some deep fried insects. Maybe that's something we could try. You know, can get them in different flavours like salt and vinegar flavoured cockroaches and that kind of thing. You've gave me an idea. I'm writing that one down.
Oh no. Sorry.
Anyway, let's get to this Claire scenario. It's going to get quite confusing when I go, right, Claire, it's your turn. So I've come up with a solution. You can go online now. You can Google funny name generators. There's variations of them. And I kind of thought we'd do it right now and give you a really random funny name and then kind of go with it from there. And if you want to stick with it and you want to, trademark it, you're more than welcome to, but I'm not quite sure you'll want to because the first one it's brought up is Wormroid Sockface.
Oh, that is a choice.
I mean, I'm not going to...
That's a choice.
I don't know if they're going to get any better.
Is that?
Be very careful.
I feel like this one would be yours, Clare Pal. Fuzz Pants Tootfish.
Why would that be mine?
I don't know. You've got fuzzy hair. Maybe it just matches the... No.
Well,
maybe don't trademark that one then. Should we try another one? Should we randomise it? See what else we can get? We can get Humpster Fudge Whistle.
These sound like elf names.
I won't lie. That doesn't sound like an elf name to me.
When people are like, "Oh, take your first name and your whatever last thing you ate."
This one would be mine, I think. Shumu Pyeworth.
I kind of like Pyeworth.
Yeah, Pyeworth.
Why do I like Pyeworth?
It's quite good, yeah. Or Stinkman Blubberhill. Yeah.
Oh, no.
There are some crazy things on the internet, guys. Anyway.
There are some very crazy things.
Yeah.
Well, I just have to call you by your surnames. Pal and Stevens.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
That gets less confusing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah.
I will still take that.
We need t-shirts with that.
We do.
You said you've already got one, haven't you, Claire?
Yeah, I have. So I went on a school trip to LA, believe it or not, with another member of staff who was called Claire, and the students, to try and wind us up, call us by our first name. I'm not sure why that would wind us up, but they all go Claire. And we're all like, yeah. Oh no, I mean Miss. Like, both still Miss. Like, which one? So then we got t-shirts, Thing 1 and Thing 2, from Universal, and that's what we then got called for like the rest of eternity.
Wow. I love it how things like that stick. So have you got a nickname, Clare Pal?
I've got quite a few nicknames, but also I have a funny story about names.
Oh, come on then.
So at one of my jobs, there was also a Claire, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, "You're going to have to change your name because there's another Claire and we can't possibly have two Claires." So I was like, right, well, what can I be? So I asked to be Jessica. No, we've got a Jessica, who was actually Laura. And then I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I always liked the name Sophie. So I was Sophie for 1.5 years while I worked there.
That's so random.
Yeah. And like on my first day, I was walking to lunch and someone was like, Sophie, Sophie. And she was like, that's not your real name, is it? And I was like, no, it's not. But yeah, I suppose I get called Clare Bear, or I suppose I get Little Pal, because I've got an older sister.
Oh,
and
Little
obviously
Pal's
my surname's
cute.
Pal, so yeah, Little Pal.
I mean, you must be called Claire. I'll let you introduce yourself in a second. The other Claire, Claire Stevens. I bet you get called Mrs. Stevens, or Miss Stevens at school.
I mean, so normally it's just Miss. A lot of students just stick with Miss.
Yeah.
Play it safe.
Even when you're a Mrs., they still call you Miss, right?
Oh, it's still called Miss. But so I'm Miss Stephen with no S on the end, PH in the middle. We've got a Miss Stevenson who works in a different department. And the amount of students are like, Miss Stevenson. I'm like, don't know who that is. I think she's upstairs. That's not me. And they always come in, is Miss Stevenson here? And the rest of the department are now in a habit of going, no, she's not. It's because that's not my name. It's like, stop adding letters. But then I speak to the other member of staff and she's like, yeah, no, I get called Miss Steven all the time. It's like,
Oh, so
why
it happens
can't they
to
just
both
like,
of you?
yeah. Oh, and the emails, the amount of emails that I get for her, she gets for me. And we're like, oh, this is not good. But yeah, no, get confused a lot. But a lot of students tend to stick, like, play it safe and just go, Miss. And that's all I get.
Yeah. So for me, my nickname's Fluffy. I don't know if you already know that.
I did.
And the reason why that name was burdened upon me was I used to work in a steel factory, and obviously all men, and you get changed out your normal clothes, get into your work gear, get into work. And then vice versa, you'd go in the shower and whatever else when you finish because it's dirty work. And I'm quite an airy guy, and my back's got a bit of hair on it. And somebody walked past me and went, "Oh, you're fluffy, aren't you?" And then that was it. From that day onwards, I've never been known as anything else at that workplace but Fluffy. So I decided I'm going to set a disco business up called Fluffy's Mobile Disco. Why not? And again, people just laugh at you when you say, what's the name of your company? I'll try and find you on Facebook. Oh, I'm Fluffy's Mobile Disco. They go, sorry, what? Yeah, Fluffy's Mobile Disco. And the reason why I did it is because it's harmless, it's fun, and that's the kind of, environment you are when you're doing a disco is typically quite fun. So, yeah, kind of stoked with that. But I mean, up until going to secondary school, I was JJ. That's what I was called because my dad's called John. And if there was two Johns in the house, it got quite confusing. So I was JJ because they were my initials, John Jr. And then obviously when I went to secondary school, my mum said, what do you want me to put on the form? Do you want to still be called JJ or do you want to go for John? And I went, I'll be called John. And again, I imagine you went through this phase, Claire, where you don't know who you are for quite a while until you're getting used to that name. And then obviously you're getting used to now being called John, and you're kind of like people are saying John, and you're just looking, just oblivious to the fact that they're actually talking to you. It's a bizarre thing, isn't it? It's a really bizarre thing. You
don't realise how much a name, affects you, and sort of is your, or a nickname or something that you always get called, how much it's your, personality. And yeah.
I mean, now everyone at home calls me Jay. Like, I'm not John to anybody in the family or the house, so I'm just used to being called Jay. So obviously when I'm out and about and professionally people call me John, and it's a bit, I sometimes forget. It's just weird. It's trying to get used to all these different names.
Like, oh, are you talking to me?
But if somebody shouted Fluffy in the supermarket, I'd be the first one to turn around. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's not many other Fluffies going around, is there?
No, there's nobody else wants that name, no.
So I had a nickname as I was growing up. So my nickname was actually Bob as I grew up. And it all came from year 6. And they were like, everyone has to have a nickname. And they said, oh, you like playing football? We're going to give you a boy's nickname. And I absolutely hated that. But they literally chased me around the playground, all different names, shouted at me. And one of them said Bob. And I was like, oh, will you leave me alone? They're like, she responds to Bob. But then it stuck. And then when I went into secondary school, my mum was like, you absolutely have to introduce yourself as Claire. We are getting rid of this nickname. So I introduced myself as Claire. And then my primary school friends were like, no, it's Bob. So then it got stuck at secondary. But to be fair, I got to a point where I actually loved it. I loved having that nickname. And it stuck for years and years and years, to the point where my mum went to a parents' evening. I sat down and was like, I'm Claire's mum. And my IT teacher at the time genuinely went, I don't teach you, Claire. And she was like, I'm Bob's mum. Oh, yeah, no, I teach you, Bob. Yeah. Literally, it was that stuck that even teachers called me Bob. But I'm at a hybrid phase in my life now, where I've still got my friends from secondary school who call me Bob. But then if they called me Claire, I'd be like, oh no, I don't like that. But if somebody who, let's say someone at work who would normally call me Claire, calls me Bob, I'd be like, oh no, that doesn't sound right either. So if the wrong person calls me by the wrong name, I'm like, oh no, go back to the other name. I much prefer the other name. It is really weird.
Yeah. But it's like my boyfriend will always call me Babe. And then when he calls me Claire, I'm like, you just call me Claire. Like, why did you just call me Claire?
That's when you're in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Sunday name and you're like, oh, you just called me Claire. Like, that's not normal. It's weird coming out of your mouth.
Megan's normally Duck, and then when she's not Duck, it's Megan. Yeah, and she's like, oh God, what have I done? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if she calls me John, that's when I know I'm in trouble, because nobody else calls me that in the family. So I'm like, oh God, I'm in trouble. What have I done? Walk down, walking, head down. Here we go. But yeah,
I'll take myself to the naughty step. You don't have to explain to me what I've done. I'll just go and sit on it.
Sat in the naughty corner, rocking on my chair.
You have to sit on it for a minute of your life, so then you sat there for ages. Now,
thing is, the chair's still baby size, so I'm getting a bit too big for it now.
Knees to the chest.
Yeah. Right, Claire Stevens. I'll let you... Stephen. I'm not going to say Stevens, because it's not Stevens, we've been told. I'll let you introduce yourself then, because obviously we kind of know who you are, but the world don't. So I'll let you introduce yourself and what it is that inspired you to want to come on board as our co-host.
So, hello, everyone. I am Claire. I am from Worksop. I have known John now for... probably about 5 or so years, I think. So we actually met when one of your old colleagues was doing a show, and she was absolutely batty. I love her to pieces, but she brought me on, and that's how we met.
Just for Claire's reference, anti-calf we're talking about.
Okay.
Yes, so I used to work with Anti-Cath, and then Anti-Cath brought me on Craig's. So I've always sort of followed John's work and things like that. And when he said, "Look, we're looking for a podcast host," I thought, well, why not? I mean, I love podcasts. I love listening to them. I love talking. I thought I'd give it a go. And then was very, very happy when me and Claire started chatting, and actually it turns out we get on really, very well. So it was a no-brainer for me.
And here you are today, episode 2, and we're into it.
We're in.
There's a lot of love on TikTok already. I mean, big love to Freddie, who's just sent like 2,000 likes on the video in the last so many minutes. So there's a lot of love there. Right, let's get into it then. Question of the week. Now, I've done something a little bit naughty this week. I haven't stuck it on Facebook or Instagram. I've done it on Reddit.
I noticed that.
I've been using Reddit quite a lot.
Like, who's doing it?
I think people are more sort of like the idea of being anonymous, but it opens up abuse. So I've had to filter through some of that abuse. And even though we are podcasts now, we can kind of say and do what we want. There are a lot of things that I purposely don't want to read out. So I've been filtering through it. But question of the week this week: if you're an inanimate object, what would you be and why? And people on TikTok can get involved in that, and we'll read them out throughout the show. If you're an inanimate object, what would you be and why? I'll let you guys think about that as well, and we'll come back to that question of the week a bit later on. It's a bit random. It's going to be a bit silly, but it'll be a lot of fun as well.
You are listening to The Mashup After Hours Podcast.
I'll start off then with news story number 1. You'll like this one. This made me giggle more than anything, and I just thought, I can imagine other people have done this before. So a woman spent the entire night nursing what she thought was an injured baby hedgehog, only to discover the next day that it was actually the fluffy bobble offer of a woolly hat. She even tucked it into.
What I was gonna do.
She even tucked it into a little box with newspaper and food before taking it to a wildlife hospital. The staff opened the box and not a hedgehog, just a very cozy looking pom-pom. Bless her heart, though, the effort was 10 out of 10. I mean, that just absolutely blows my mind because, I mean, I don't know how she would have assumed that was a hedgehog. The texture, I imagine, I've never felt a hedgehog before, but I think they probably feel a little bit different to a pom-pom. But the fact that she's nursed it thinking it was an hedgehog.
That's sweet. Did you see the picture?
Yes, I did. I mean, it's quite deceiving. You see the photo. It does look like it could be animal-like.
Like curled up.
Yeah. Some sort of like...
But surely, if you put food down...
And it's not ate it.
The food was still there like 2-3 hours later.
You'd be looking at it thinking...
And the water had gone.
It must be dead.
So I'm going to add something to this, and you might hate me.
Go on.
That news
Was it
story...
you?
No. That news story is a fake news story made by Joe Lycett.
Get out!
Is it?
Honestly, Google it. So Joe Lycett actually did a bit of a social experiment a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he put some fake news stories into the news to see how far they would go. And that was one of them. And I use this in one of my lessons. And I do a competition with the students to say, right, can you figure out which is the fake news story? So that is actually a fake news story by Joe Lycett.
Joe Lycett.
I love Joe Lycett.
You naughty boy.
Lycett.
And I fell for it. I feel...
You did.
I'm not playing
John.
anymore. That was my favourite pen.
He changed his name at one point as well, didn't he, to Hugo Boss?
Yes.
He actually changed it.
His book is the funniest book I've ever read in my whole entire life. It's called Parsnips Buttered, and it is hilarious. Highly recommend. So sorry to put a downer on that one there, John, but...
Well, I don't even feel like it's worth even chatting about now.
Let's just stop the podcast there.
Move on. I'm just going to face this way and let you get on with it.
It was
not
nice
playing.
You both. First and last one.
Well, I hope the next one's not by Joe Lycett, otherwise I'm definitely throwing the towel in. If I brought 2 Joe Lycett stories to the table, I'm going to absolutely be fuming.
But it's really strange, John, because that was also on my list.
We're on the same wavelength, Claire, as well. What does that say about us?
Well,
we're easy.
You do wonder.
Love the chaos of the mashup after hours? Then don't miss John's Weekend Mashup. Live every Sunday from 9 a.m. on Crags Radio and on TikTok.
All right then, Claire Stevens, I'll let you go next. You can see if your story's better than mine. No, it's fake.
I went with something a little bit topical, something to do with the time of year, and I have actually seen a Elf on the Shelf story. Mm-hmm. So there is a Dancing with the Stars professional. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I will butcher it. And he, or his elf, should I say, was very, very naughty, and had pulled out some toilet roll, had it all over the kitchen floor, had bits of Nutella that looked like poo on the toilet roll and all this stuff, and lots of effort had gone into this. And then he videoed his children coming in, and he was like, "Oh gosh, what's this elf done?" And the kids literally looked him dead in the eye and just went, "I don't care, Dad," and just walked off. Which meant to me, I was like, oh my days. And loads of the comments are like, who's enjoying this more? The elf or them? But I see lots and lots of my friends put loads and loads of effort into these Elf on the Shelves and showing how their elf has been up to mischief and all this stuff. And I think it's hilarious. I love them. And if kids don't like it, I'm just a bit like, oh, come on. Like, you're going to look back at that and go, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
But I do think if you were a parent and you were doing that and you had to think of like 24 different ideas, I think it would be a bit stressful. But I think when you're not a parent and you're looking outside of it, you think, oh, that's so funny. And some of them are so creative and some of them spend loads, don't they, on everything and on everything. And I love seeing them as well. They're great. But sometimes I do think, that's for you. That's for the adults.
So which leads me on to my next question. Would it happen in your household?
I mean,
Elf on the Shelf?
Elf on the Shelf has happened in our household because obviously I've got 2 young uns. But I'll tell you something now, coming up with ideas for years and years on end until they get to the point where they don't believe anymore. It's an absolute nightmare. We had to start and introduce narratives to stories. Like we've got new characters, and then he had a girlfriend. Then the year after they had a baby. Then the year after that there was a villain, and it became like an household pantomime. We basically wrote a little mini series for our Elf on a Shelf, and it is so hard work trying to come up with ideas. Yeah. A friend of mine, actually, and I'm glad you brought this up. A friend of mine, she has youngsters. And a child is infant age, and he'd been bullying another child at school. And to teach him a lesson, she made a video of it, and it got a bit of stick. But she made a lesson. She'd punished him, and school were going to punish him. Bullying's wrong, and you should not be bullying. Blah blah blah. And she says, right, I think like the elf should be in on it. So she ate all the chocolates out of his advent calendar and made out it was the elf that had done it, just to teach the kid a lesson. And as harsh as it sounds, I think it's a blooming genius idea, because that kid's now going to be, one, traumatised the fact that he's done it. He should definitely be punished for bullying. And now he's Elf on a Shelf's on it, and he's realised it's naughty. That kid's now going to be like, I'm definitely never going to do that again. So as traumatising as it is and as harsh as it is, it's a good reality check.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, if we tiptoe around life, unfortunately, you don't learn things. I mean, as an adult, things do go sideways, unfortunately, and you learn from it. It is the way of life. But I think it is quite interesting actually using the elf as part of a learning journey. That's quite cool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. We wouldn't do, well, I don't have kids. Don't intend on having kids, to be honest. So probably wouldn't do Elf on the Shelf. However, we still do get stockings.
Yes.
And although we do have a slight problem this year because we both have an advent calendar. However, I have 2 days till Christmas and my boyfriend has about 10 days till Christmas. So when is Christmas?
Oh no.
Like he's got 10 days.
Flipping.
Do you still do advent calendars as adults?
Yeah.
Yes. My dad, bless his soul, still buys me my advent calendar.
Yeah, my mum gets both of us one.
Yeah. I've got a Dairy Milk one this year, and it's
me too.
proper Dairy Milk chocolates, and I'm looking forward to the big bar that you get on, I think, is it Christmas Eve? I think they run to.
Yeah. It's very rare, isn't it, that they actually go to 25.
Yeah, very odd.
However, I think it's a bit of a cop-out having these 12-day advent calendars. I understand your 12 days of Christmas, but I think because the whole point of it is that it starts at Advent and you count down to Christmas. So if you're doing your 12 days, do you start at 1 and go to 12 and then... And really, we've discussed this before, John, but 12 days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day. So if you've got a 12-day one, really... Should you start on Christmas Day with the 12 days?
So you get all your presents, and then you get your advent calendar after that.
Then you get your advent calendar.
And then you get your partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
And then you take everything down, and that's it. And then you're miserable.
Yeah. Literally the day after Boxing Day.
January.
Literally a day after Boxing Day, everything down. Done with it now. I suppose it depends how often you have it up, and traditionally you're supposed to have them up 12 days after Christmas.
Yeah.
But everyone puts them up in October now. I've already noticed in the supermarkets. I've already noticed the supermarkets. Easter eggs are coming out. Cadbury's cream eggs are back in the shop. Yeah, it's happening, guys.
I feel like that just takes some of the the special
Magic.
part of it away. Yeah, I just because it like as soon as you go through one holiday, it's like instantly onto the next. It's like why don't we just enjoy this time in the middle and I have something to look forward to for when they come back in the shops, rather than right advent calendars out the back door, Easter eggs onto the shelves. No, just give us a break. Let us wait for something.
About 16 years ago, I used to work in, that makes me sound really old, doesn't it? But I used to work in retail and I worked there for about 3 years. Christmas started in September. By November, I was sick of it. I didn't want to talk about Christmas. I didn't want anything to do with it. And I worked Christmas Eve and Boxing Day, just had Christmas Day off. And I'm just like, and now I love Christmas, but it's taken a while to get back out of that swing because it's horrific. Working in retail in Christmas, I think everybody needs to do it at some point in their life because it's honestly. But I have noticed now that Home Bargains and B&M and some shops are closing on Boxing Day. And I'm like, God, why do you need to be open?
Yeah, I agree. Let people have time with their families to recharge, reset, 100%.
Yeah. And people are, like, I feel like Boxing Day now, the Boxing Day sales, they start earlier. Yes. They go into January and you can get everything online anyway. So you can just, if you want to go shopping on Boxing Day, just sit on your computer or your phone and do it on there.
Yeah, 100%. I'm more of an online shopper now, especially because I hate busy places. Everybody goes crazy. Shops, I mean, Meadowhall, don't even get me started. This time of year.
December.
It is literally, everyone calls it Meadow Hell. It is literally hell. If you're not a fan of shopping, it is just an absolute nightmare. So it's so easier sitting on your phone in the comfort of your own house, having everything delivered the day after, and not have to be queuing and be waiting in the cold or whatever else you need to get it. It is so much easier. And it's sometimes worth paying like extra couple of pound for. I don't mind, you know. Sometimes you look on Amazon and you think, oh, it's 40 quid on here, but it's only £30 each shop. I would rather pay that extra tenner and not have to go through all that rigmarole.
And also it's the fuel. And then if you go in somewhere like Lincoln or Sheffield, you actually have to pay for the parking as well. So
and that's not cheap.
Parking, which is extortionate.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes. I've got a habit of driving into bus lanes, so I always come home to a fine as well. It's kind of a running joke in our house, no matter where we go. I can get a Groupon voucher for a meal for a family for 20 quid and then come home to an £80 bus fine, a bus lane fine.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear, I think it was Noel Edmonds, he bought, I can't remember. I think he bought a black London cab so that he could drive in bus lanes.
Really?
Oh, wow. That's commitment.
So you need to do that, John.
It's genius. It's genius.
Yeah.
This is The Mashup After Hours Podcast.
Miss Pal, come on, bring us a news story. What have you got? Please don't be a Joe Lycett story.
No. Mine's a fact about Home Alone. It's not, I suppose it's not really news, but it kind of is. So in Home Alone, Buzz's girlfriend, you know, when he finds the picture, that was actually a crew member's son wearing a wig. They did it so that no real girl would get insulted.
What?
Oh.
I feel like I need to see this
So a crew
photo.
member.
Yeah.
I've got it there.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's a crew member's son in a wig because they didn't want to actually offend a girl, because obviously he goes, hey, Buzz, like, watch your girlfriend, you know? And I thought, actually, that's really nice that they've thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened sort of in more modern times, but I'm quite surprised they thought of that in when, 1990 something, 90
early 90s, weren't it? Yeah, early 90s.
Yeah. So the fact that they've thought about that many moons ago, I think it's actually quite impressive, to be fair to him. Hats off.
1990.
Hats off.
There you go.
I haven't got a hat, but
30. Yes. So it's 35-year-old.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, have you watched it? Have you watched it already this year?
I haven't watched any Christmas films yet. I know.
Wow.
I know. Shame on me. Not yet. I will do. Elf is on the list. Die Hard. That's a Christmas film in my house. That's on the list. Yeah. So that'll be my plans for the next few days.
I've watched it again.
Actually?
Oh yeah, Love Actually is a good one.
Yes, it's a good one. My favourite Christmas film, though, Jingle All the Way.
Oh, what a film.
Great film.
Recommended it the other week on the show. What a cracking film.
Yeah.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's brilliant.
I tried watching a Christmas film the other day that was on a streaming site, and I had to turn it off about half an hour through because it was so cheesy.
Oh, no.
So cheesy. And I was just like, I like cheese, but I was like, this is just too much.
What was it?
It was called like Royally Yours or something like that.
I think they're supposed to be traditionally cheesy, aren't they? Like overly festive, overly like slapstick and...
But they're not the same as they used to be.
Oh, no, they're not, no.
No.
They're very Hallmark films, aren't they? Like Hallmark Christmas movies.
And like very predictable.
Mm.
You know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. They don't make them like they used to. I mean, 1990, Home Alone 1, 1993, I think, Home Alone 2. They started to go downhill a little bit then, but I don't mind number 3. I don't mind Home Alone 3. Thought it was pretty decent. But then after that...
I don't think I've seen Home Alone 3.
Oh, it's decent. It's decent. Obviously, it's not Macaulay Culkin. So I watch it every year, Home Alone. We've watched it, I think, last week. And I notice something new every time I watch it. And this particular time, I've realised that his brother's actually in the family, living in the same house as Kevin. So his real-life brother is in the film as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's the little guy that wets the bed. The one that he has to share the bed with. That's his little brother in real life.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Sure, he's not embarrassed at all.
How warm.
Yeah. And he's an actor as well now. He's in a lot of things. And I just, forever, I've noticed him in it, but never put two and two together. And I thought, I'm going to Google this and find out who the cast are. IMDb it. And and it's his brother, which is fascinating.
You know Love Actually?
Yes.
Apparently it was never meant to be a Christmas film. It was meant to be a love film set around Christmas, filmed around Christmas.
Okay.
But it wasn't meant to be a Christmas film. But it's now turned into a Christmas film.
What I love about it is that pretty much all the actors in it are massive movie stars now. Whereas back then they were known but not well known. Like Andrew Lincoln, obviously he's well known for being the guy out of Walking Dead. You got is it Martin Freeman? Obviously Nativity then went on to be The Hobbit and other things.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
She was 19 when they filmed it.
What?
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh, God.
I love the Christmas advert with Joe Wilkinson, the Sainsbury's one with Keira Knightley. I think that is my favourite Christmas advert this year.
Phil. She's like, hi, Phil. Nice to meet you. I'm Keira.
It's such a heart and warmy advert. I love it. It is really, really good.
It's time for a battle of brains, pride, and pure chaos. This is the head-to-head.
Claire versus Claire. The eye and without the
Spelled
eye.
correctly versus not. Which one's which?
So 5 questions. You have to write your answers down. The person with the most correct answers will be the quizmaster for the next episode. No pressure. It is general knowledge. You have to write your answers down, then we'll go through the answers at the end. Are you ready for
This is
it?
going to go badly.
Can it be the same questions as the last quiz? Because
No.
I've still got them written down.
No. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Question number 1. What is the tallest mountain in the world above sea level? What is the tallest mountain in the world above sea level? We've got a bit of a disadvantage here, Miss Pal, because T'other one is a teacher.
Yeah.
Of PE?
Yeah, all right,
If you
okay.
ask me a question about how to throw a ball, I'll answer that.
All right, fair enough. Question number 2. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the US? Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States?
I've had a good guess with that, I think.
I've heard that before, but I can't think.
Lady Liberty. Question number 3. This is a tough one, to be fair. What is the chemical symbol for gold?
Oh, easy peasy.
got answer for that one? Love it. You're both looking at me like ready for question 4. Question number 4. In which year did the Titanic sink?
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, I have no idea.
I've actually been on the Titanic in virtual form. It was a very peculiar experience.
I would have loved that.
It was the weirdest thing. We did it in... we went to Barcelona and they had like a virtual experience where you wear the headset and you walk around, but the ship moves and it has the accident while you're on it, and it's so bizarre. It's such a weird feeling.
I have a confession.
Go on.
I've never actually watched Titanic.
You've not watched it?
No, I know what happens.
Well, yeah.
It's not really my cup of tea.
Well, yeah.
Like,
It's a
just know it's
documentary
not-
instead.
You know what happens in Home Alone, but you watch it every year.
Well, yeah, but I only watched Home Alone for the first time about 3 years ago.
What?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hold on, are you living under a rock? You know, Craig's has come out the Ice Age now. You can come out and play. Right, question number 5. Which instrument has 88 keys? Claire, look at Miss Pal. She's literally like, 88 keys. Come on, you should know that one straight away. But it's not a guitar, is it?
Hey, don't give the answer away.
Watch her put drums. Right, have you got 5 answers?
Yeah.
I do.
Awesome. Question
Not sure
number...
if they're 5 correct answers.
Well,
but
we're about to find out. Question number 1. What is the tallest mountain in the world above sea level? What have you put?
I went Everest.
I was going to put Everest, and then I thought, no, so I put Snowdonia.
Is Mount Everest.
Oh.
Question number 2. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the US?
Is it France?
I also put France.
Is correct.
Yay!
Hamilton doing me favours.
Question number 3. What is the chemical symbol for gold?
AU.
AU.
Is correct. In which year did the Titanic sink?
Can we get a point for whoever's closest? Because I don't feel like either of us have got this.
Well, let's have a look. What answer have you got?
I put 1964.
I put 1881.
Well, if we were to do closest, it would be Miss Pal.
Oh!
Go on.
1912 was
Can I
the
have
answer. No, you can't have it because it's not the right answer, but...
Oh, I'd
Can I
have
get
given
half
it
a
you.
point?
What for? Yeah, you can have half a point.
Closest.
Question number 5. I hope to God you got this one. Which instrument has 88 keys?
Piano.
Piano.
Yeah!
I was thinking, oh, is it an accordion? Like, because that's like similar, but then I was like, no.
I don't think it's got quite as many keys, though. It would have been a good answer. Would have been a good answer.
See, I'm not as stupid as you think. I wasn't thinking drums.
It would have been funny, though, wouldn't it? That would have been a clip for social
Probably.
media, that one.
Yeah.
Right, who's got the most correct answers?
I've got 3.5.
Am I the winner?
Yep. Thing 2 has won.
Come on, thing
Well
two.
done.
That means it's me and you, Clare Pal, next time.
Oh,
Head to head.
head to head.
And the teacher, PE teacher, I hope they're not sports questions. Please don't be sports questions.
I was going to say, I am more than happy for someone to recommend a category of questions I will make up. Don't know if anyone on TikTok want to shout some out, and yes, I will make some questions.
I'll keep an eye out, see if anybody says anything worth
I
interesting.
already have questions written on my phone and notes, waiting for my turn to actually become the host.
Well, if you're against me, there might very
wait a
be.
while.
It might be very soon, actually. If you're against me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. You think I'd know a lot about music? I don't. Well, we'll find out, won't we, in the next episode. But well done, Miss Stephen. You have won for yourself. You've won a point. I feel like we should do like fresh scores now anyway, since episode 1. So it is kind of like 1-0 to you. So well done. means you're the quiz master, so be gentle next time.
Stay tuned. More from the Mashup After Hours podcast coming up.
Okay, so back to me. News story number 2 then. This is definitely not a Joe Lycett one, but it is very...
Have you checked?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. If he's made this one up, I'm going to be fuming. This is one definitely I would not be able to read out on radio. But here we go. So a study has found that Brits have cost the NHS, get ready for this, over £3 million in 10 years, thanks to people sticking things up the bum and needing them removed. Yep. Around 3,500 objects were surgically taken out between 2010 and 2019, mostly from men, costing the NHS about £340,000 a year. Doctors say internet porn and sex toys might be behind the rise, and the report didn't list specific objects, but surgeons say they've removed all sorts over the years, and we'll just leave it at that. But each removal costs around 850 quid, and while most people go home the same day, it still soaks up NHS time and resources. Now, I watch occasionally, I don't watch it religiously, but occasionally you put these TV programs on, and it'll be like an NHS program or some sort of doctor, medical, program. And true stories about, I just accidentally slipped on the toilet brush and it went straight up my jacksie, and then I couldn't get it.
That was going to be my question. How many of them will use I just slipped, sir. I just slipped. Well.
Yeah. The toy card accidentally went straight up my backside. I don't know how stupid they think the NHS are, how stupid doctors they think they are. But yeah, imagine turning up to A&E and knowing you've got something up there that you cannot get out, and now someone's going to be digging in to get it out. Must be mega embarrassing. I mean, whatever floats your boat. If that's what turns you on and that's what you're into, then, I mean, I'm not even going to get on the subject of sex and various other things because it is a minefield.
Yeah.
Have you seen that trend going around that where people are like, this is all the things we've shoved up our bum. For me, it's nothing, but for my partner, and then they get them to read like the shopping list or something, and they're like,
"Oh yeah,
it's genius! It is genius." Kai's just put on TikTok. Nothing's gone up mine yet. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, he's considering it though. He's just been looking for the right thing, looking for the right fit.
It's almost Christmas.
Is it like buying a pair of gloves? Is it? I bet people have tried like Christmas trees and baubles and that kind of thing. You can get some weird sex toys now. I mean, I went in once and I came out completely like a different person. I saw a full hand and fist. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Like what? But people buy them, which is more worrying. Yeah, it's fascinating. But I just thought it'd be worth noting that if you are considering putting something up your bum while listening to this podcast, please know that it's going to cost a hell of a lot of money to get it out.
Oh, no.
Reconsider your choices.
Can you imagine? But can you imagine sitting there in A&E with everybody else who's poorly, and you're there because you've shoved something?
I don't think they'd be sitting, though, would they?
Well,
awkwardly leaning.
Lent on one side like that. Ooh.
Don't go away. You are with The Mashup After Hours Podcast.
So I've been watching the new Taylor Swift documentary that's been coming out in sort of segments, and one of the things that came out last week, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. So she does something called Bonus Day, and the revenue that the tour makes, she actually splits evenly amongst her dancers, her choreographers, her singers, her stage crew, anyone who works on the tour, the drivers of the lorries and the trucks, they all got a cut of this. And it worked out that Taylor gave in the region of $100,000 to every single member of her tour team. And quite a few people have asked the tour members, like say the truck drivers, and gone, is this normal? Do you normally get bonuses? They're like, nope, we get a wage, and then that's it. Over $100,000 per person. How incredible is that?
That is amazing.
That's when you know you're making too much money, though. You can just go,
take it. I need someone to take it.
It's like, you know, when you
tax write-off.
It's not when you're coppering up for like the arcade. But it's like just like that for her. Like, have another pound. Yeah, go and get some more twos and ones.
It's amazing doing that, though, isn't it? And actually appreciating all of those people who put in all that work and actually make that show happen.
Yeah.
Because without them, yes, okay, she's got the vocals and songs and stuff, but without all of those people, there'd be no show.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
and it's even the simplest thing of, if one truck driver, for example, goes, I'm not doing it, then that's a massive segment of her stage or of her equipment that aren't there. And I just love the fact that she's not just sort of complimenting and helping people that are seen, because it'd be very easy to do that, because a lot of the dancers have got quite a big following on Instagram and TikTok since doing the tour and things like that. It'd be very easy just to celebrate those people, knowing that other people will see you celebrate them, whereas she absolutely hasn't. She's like, no, you pulled that one switch that one time, you're getting a bonus. Like, I think I think more people should do it. But I also appreciate that the music industry is not as glitz and glamour as what it is always made out. But it's really nice, I think, that she's done it, because she's able to.
There's a huge amount of people, and this is sort of, especially music, and then in film as well. You know, when you sit down and you watch a film, you just expect there's going to be a cameraman, an actor, makeup, someone who builds a set, and pretty much the director and whatever else. But then you watch the credits and you think, wow, there's hundreds and hundreds of jobs involved in this one particular piece of art. And pretty much like what Taylor's done, if you work for Taylor and you do a concert, there are drivers, there are people that build the sets, there's lighting guys, there's everything. There's a huge team of people that make all that happen. You kind of take it, you know, you're a bit naive to it, I think, a little bit, as a viewer or a listener or whatever, because you just think it's that one person and they do it all. But it's so much more and beyond that. And Taylor's in a lifestyle now. She's very fortunate. Not many musicians can get to the level that she's at, where she can make enough money to go, I'm very comfortable with this amount, this X amount of money. This pays for my living and I can afford to live on that and whatever else. So now she's gone to a point, I suppose, where she's gone, right, but this X amount of money, I don't need it. I don't need it to live. I don't need it to carry on living my lifestyle. I'll spread that out to everybody that makes what I do because of them. So, yeah, it's a genius way. I wish more musicians and more celebrities and anybody who earns enough money had that same mindset. I think if they did do that, I think as a whole world, we'd be a lot better off. But there are some people that are so greedy, they need a huge amount of money all for themselves, and they'll spend every penny. I think that's what's wrong with the world, and if they all just put back into society somehow, some way, we wouldn't be in the social living crisis that we're in. You know, this money crisis, especially as the UK. I mean, there's so many millionaires and billionaires that live amongst us. If they all just did a bit, you know, it'd certainly help out. So good for Taylor, good for Tay-Tay, good for old Swifty.
Good for Tay-Tay. For our best friend, as close as you know her.
If you're listening,
John's on first name terms.
If you're listening, you know, give us a bell. We'll have a tenner.
I've heard she's looking for a wedding DJ.
Does she want Fluffy?
I think she'll have Fluffy.
Give Fluffy a call. Brilliant. I like it.
You are listening to The Mashup After Hours Podcast.
Fame-hungry influencers are renting £500,000 supercars that they can't even drive, just so that they can have pictures with them. So they're hiring out cars, and they can't drive them, and they're just going to have pictures with them to show people and stuff.
So it's literally the complete opposite to other Claire's story, where people have got too much money.
Yeah, basically.
They've got too much money. Let's buy this car just for Instagram. That's all it is.
Yeah, and it's not even buying it, it's hiring it. So it's like having it maybe for a few days sat on their drive. I don't know, probably.
They
and
do
probably
know.
pay for someone to bring it to them. And then they'll get another one. You know, and it's just...
They do know they could
like
just
you
go
said,
to like the local Ford garage and just like go to the showrooms and just stand next to a car and make out it's theirs. They can edit the background now. AI can do it for you.
Oh yeah, very easy. But I mean, it's stuff like this that, like, I often say to young people, like, you guys are living in such a difficult time because you look at the things you see on Instagram and you go, oh, crikey, they've got everything. They've got the car, they've got the house, they've got this, they've got that. And then the reality is they often don't. And it is just a hire car or it's an Airbnb and all this stuff. And it's like, what are you achieving by just having your picture in front of that car? Because do not get me wrong, I would love to go to America and hire a convertible Mustang, drive a little bit of Route 66, but I actually want to drive it. I want to be in that car. I want to experience that car. I'm not doing it for an Instagram post. But just that almost vanity, the vanity of I'm just going to hire it.
And also, you want to know that you've saved that money to go on that holiday, to do that, and you've achieved that by working really hard and saving and all of that, whereas they don't get that. And I'm not saying it's all of them, but obviously there's a lot of, people, obviously it happens, so.
Yeah, you can't believe what you see online. It's not always roses.
I know.
But it comes back to that saying, doesn't it? There's more money than sense.
Oh, massively. Yeah.
It's a shame. Like, to put it into society, we'd be a lot better off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
isn't it something like the top 10% could get us out of poverty or something?
Yeah.
Like the richest 10% could get us all out of poverty and
they'd be able to do that while still being rich afterwards.
Comfortable. Yeah, exactly.
It's disgusting, isn't it? The fact that we have to go to Pound Shop and B&M for Christmas presents.
I love a yellow sticker, me.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I do love the range, though. I love the range and
The range is good. Yeah, the range is good.
I'm dangerous in the range. I am dangerous in there.
Do you go in with the intentions of getting something, then come out with a full house renovation?
Yes. It's the same with Aldi. I go in going, I'm just going to get milk, and I come out with like a drill, a torch, a wetsuit. It's not okay.
Things you don't need.
Oh, my life.
Step inside. It's safe here. Mostly. Anonymous confessions, cringy moments, and stories you can't unhear. Welcome to the Confession Booth.
All right, Confession Booth. So this is the part of the show where one of our listeners gets to message us a confession anonymously, and we read it out and talk about it amongst us. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
So here we go. It says, "Hi guys, I've been debating." Hold on, let me start again. Hi guys, I've been debating whether to send this in, but here goes, and please keep me anonymous. For the last 3 years, I've been blaming my dog for farting when it's actually been me. Every time I let one slip in front of my boyfriend, I act all shocked, look at the dog, and start waving my hand around like, "Oh, Max, what have you eaten this time?" He genuinely thinks our poor Labrador has the worst stomach in Britain. Meanwhile, the dog is just lying there minding his own business, getting blamed for something he absolutely did not do. I know I should probably come clean, but honestly, I think I've committed too far now. I don't know how to admit it after all this time. Sorry, Max, and sorry, boyfriend, but this secret has been bubbling away long enough. Thanks for letting me get it off my chest, and again, please keep me anonymous. Signed, a very gassy listener.
I love it.
I mean, we've all been there and done that.
100%.
But for 3 years, that's a long time not to have done it in front of your partner and then like, that's come from you.
And when you, like, I feel like at the start of a relationship, you're like, oh no, ladies don't fart. No, like, don't burp or fart. And then you get to a point where you're like, oh, I've just farted. Yeah, exactly. You fart in front of each other.
It's only natural.
It's only natural. We all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it.
But people do it in the sleep. She's got to have done it at some point in the night while she's not known about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he's gone
I would love it if she would accidentally fart and then go, oh, Max, and then be like, oh, Max is in the room. The dog's outside.
Yeah, she's got to have slipped up a few times, surely. Yeah, you can't get away with it for that long without...
Sometimes, though, I'll fart, and then, my boyfriend knows it's me, and I'll be like, I'll look around the room and be like, those floorboards. And I'm sat on the sofa, I'm not even on the floor, you know. But sometimes you just have to blame it on something.
Yeah. We've all been there.
My cat gets the blame. Bless him. But even my other half does it. So he will fart and then look around and just go, Timo. Oh, okay.
See, we don't have a pet, so we can't blame it on the pet. That's why I blame it on floorboards.
The floorboards sound like a wonderful distraction. I'm for that. I'm for that.
But I just think, do you know what? We all do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, at least she's not holding it in.
Well,
that would be worse.
she's holding the secret in.
Well, yeah. You need to explode. You need to let it out.
What I hope is that she doesn't listen to this podcast with her boyfriend, who then realises that their dog is called Max. Because she's kind of confessed and admitted
did she say
it.
Labrador?
Yeah. Narrows it down a little bit, doesn't it?
Really does.
Exactly. He'll be like, oh, and also she says she's done it for 3 years. So he'll be like, hang on, I've been with my girlfriend 3 years.
No, not necessarily. Guys don't remember that. Guys don't remember that. No chance. That's not going to happen. Well, we've been together 2 weeks. No, we've been together 3 years.
Close enough.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting. We'll see what next confession booth might be him writing in saying, for 3 years, my dog's been making an awful smell. And I know it's my girlfriend, but I daren't say out to it. It might be him. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Every week, we throw out a question, and you lot never disappoint. This is the question of the week.
Right, question of the week. If you were an inanimate object, what would you be and why? Have you had time to think about it? I know we've kind of been talking since, but it's a bit of a random question, isn't it?
It is a bit random. I mean, I went for a blanket. I would love to be a blanket. Because if you think about it, you're soft, you're warm, you're always chilling out, you're a go-to thing that if people need a bit of cheering up, they're happy, they're sad, whatever, they grab a blanket. And I'm like, I'd quite like to be that object that gives a little bit of happiness.
Yeah.
That's so boring, yes, but that's my answer.
Seasonal, though, aren't they, blankets? So you're only going to get used in the colder times. You'll be in a box or under the bed for the rest of the year.
I have a blanket on the sofa, regardless of the weather, and I will put that blanket on me because of comfort, because it's cozy, no matter what time of year. And if I have to stick a leg out, I'll stick a leg out. If I get too
Changes
hot.
everything. Changes everything.
But I'll always have a blanket on the sofa, whether it's summer or winter.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
So some people
What
have...
would yours be, John?
I don't know, I'm trying to think now, and I don't know. My head's just going straight. First thing I thought of was a stapler. And that's because it's in my office. And then I thought, what's the most used thing in an office? Would it be a stapler? And I'm thinking, well, no, because a lot of people now don't even print stuff, do they? So that's not got much use nor ornament now. Then I went straight to being a tea bag. I rather like tea.
A used tea bag or a not used tea bag?
The worry I've got is when you've used me, you're going to throw me away and I'm no use to anybody. So I'm kind of a catch-22 here. I do like tea, though. I do like tea. Yeah, it's a tough one. But anyway, Sarah has messaged in. She's put, I'd be a comfy sofa. Always there for people, slightly worn in and happiest when someone brings snacks. Oh, yeah, that is a good answer.
Yes. That is really good.
Side down the sofa, there's money, there's all them crisps, crumbs and everything else you've dropped down there. Yeah, it's a good one. Mark says, I'd be a kettle. I'm useless until things start eating up. Then suddenly everyone needs me. which is a great answer. I like that one. Emma says,
Yep.
a notebook, quiet, observant, and full of thoughts that only come out when someone really listens.
Oh,
That's cute.
This is quite a genius one. Dave says, I'd be a remote control, constantly lost, slightly battered, but somehow still essential.
fair.
Yeah.
Lisa,
These are good.
they are really good. Lisa says a coffee mug, functional, dependable, and not safe to talk to until I've done my job. Tom says, I'd be a sat nav. I might panic under pressure, but I'll always try to get you where you're going. I like it.
that.
Jenny says, I'd be a pair of headphones. Block the world out when needed, but always there for comfort. This is probably where I would have gone to, actually. Paul, he says, I'd be a fridge. I hold everyone's secrets, and I'm most popular late at night.
Oh.
Quite clever.
I mean, I do have a question with that.
Yeah,
What secrets are you putting in your fridge?
that's a good question.
Well,
That is a-
sometimes people do put their car keys in, don't they? They like have a yogurt in their hand, and then they'll come home and they'll have all the shopping, and then they'll open the fridge to put the yogurt in, and they put the car keys in as well. So it's
I feel
probably
like-
one of those places where there's a lot
I
of
feel like we might have just discovered a serial killer that keeps his victims in the fridge.
Oh no!
Like you see it in the films where they have an head in the fridge or something like that.
Yeah. Oh no! I
I'd be
watch
s-
far too much true crime as well.
I'd be sending the cops round to Paul's house. Hannah says, a calendar, always reminding people they've forgotten and quietly judging them for it. And Steve says he'd be a torch, not always needed, but very useful when things get dark.
Yeah, that's good.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, there were loads
Honestly,
of
they've
others.
done amazing.
There were sex toys and all sorts. I filtered all those out because some of them were disgusting. But yeah, very genius, very genius. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure recording episode 2 with you. I just want to say a massive thank you to Kai, who has said, I fart when I have beans. We all pretty much do, don't we? And mushy peas, they make you trump as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for all the love, guys. Ladies, it's been a pleasure. Clare Pal, I look forward to thrashing in the next quiz. And I'm just going to
that's
send a quiet email to Joe Lycett's management team and have a bit of a go because I fell for that news story. Right, cheerio, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.